about. This is usually like when I like to get in the channels. This is when I'm just barely opening my eyes. Right. Um, I'll brush my teeth when I'm finished with this because this is how much I like to jump in and just wake up and do these videos. That's why I never have makeup on. That's why I always look like I kind of just woke up or I'm just getting up or I'm in sleep clothes or something, right? So dream journal and possibly journey journal, and we may have messages, right? I'm just gonna flow with it right now. A dream within a dream, right? So I had some really profound dreams last night. Like I said, I've been multiple dreaming, right? We're multidimensional. So what I've come to understand since the other day that I did my video, that I said that I've been having like these crazy, all these different dreams, right? And I'm in one place and then in another place. Stop, fat baby. Stop, little boy. Stop. I'm in. Stop it. I'm in one place and then I'm I wake up, I go to sleep, I wake up, I'm in another place, I wake up, I go back to sleep, I'm in another place, right? And oh shit. Heart bow to the sun, grateful, good morning, grand rising, right? Super grateful, thankful, honored, guided, supported, blessed, abundant, loved, um, honored, protected, supported, grateful, right? Just thankful to be here, thankful to be breathing, thankful for another day. Well, let me close this down a little bit. Pick it back up in a minute. A dream within a dream, right? So we're multidimensional beings here having a temporary human experience, right? It was beautiful because last night spirit was just like, I've taken a lot of time. I've been taking these past couple of weeks since I moved to just, I'm spiritual regardless, right? But to be just human, right? And last night, spirit's just like, this is what we want you doing. We want you experiencing. It's like the watchers. They come here to observe, right? Our experiences. We're here to come and experience the experiences, right? Thank you, spirit, right? Get off that baby. Get off. They're sorry, y'all. They're being brats because they're super spoiled and they eat like 20 times a day, and they're over here like if they have not eaten in days, right? Feed these cats like 3 or 4 times a day. I need to stop doing that. They're spoiled. And so and I forgot where my channel was going. Okay, so yeah, multidimensional, right? Beings, right? And what spirit was showing me, spirit's like, there's not half of you is spiritual, some of you is spiritual, like me personally. And I say this as a whole, whether you understand spirituality or you don't. Before we are human, we are spiritual beings. Before we're human, human is just, it's this human body we take on. It's just an avatar for our spirit. You know what I'm saying? This is just an avatar. And we've had many avatars, right? This is not the first avatar. This won't be the last one. We have many, right? And so my dreams, right? And what spirit showed me last night, because I'm still learning and understanding my spirituality. I know I'm spiritual regardless, but sometimes it's like I said, like, every time I grow and wisdom sets in and I become new, right? I peel back the layer, right? Then it's a new understanding, a new inner, thank you, spirit, a new understanding of something that is already present, right? Something that is already present for me. You know what I'm saying? Something that I already know, but now this is a deeper knowing, right? Because I already knew that I was spiritual, but last night spirit's like, but you're spiritual no matter what. There's no part-time. There's no half of the time. There's no, okay, you're going to tone down from being it. This is you in a whole every single day. When you wake up, you breathe, when your stomach retracts, when you're doing breath work, you know what I'm saying? When you have a pain, when you Flip your hair to the side, you're spiritual. Right? Multidimensional being here having a temporary human experience. Right? So in my dream, I've been experiencing the multidimensionality in dreams because my dreams have been taking me to 50 different places in one night of dream work, of one night of dream sessions, right? Like so many places where it's just like I don't even know where to start, where to begin, where it ends. Which one came first? It's like what came first, the chicken or the egg? What happened first, right? I don't know, right? And and so in one of the dreams it was in one of the dreams it was I was out of town. I was like out of town with family. I guess my brother was there and some other people, and we were on a vacation. But I was in a vacation at a place I've already been to before. I've already seen this place in dream work, right? In this dream journey I've been on, right? And I've seen this place. I've been there. I know this place because I remember it. So a lot of times I feel like reoccurring dreams are something that we really have. And I feel like any dream, this is just us probably on another planet in another galaxy experiencing what we're experiencing over there. Maybe our energy, like I said, multidimensional. Maybe our energies are spread out all over the universe, right? All over the universe, all over the or multiverse or whatever you want to call it, which universe is just, there's only one. It's just grand, right? It's huge. They don't have to be multiple ones because as big as it is, it kind of already is in a space, right? Right? Just speaking this, I'm just here giving theory, right? Thank you, Spirit. Just here sharing theory, my theory, right? Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If you feel like, you know what, there might be truth to that, or if you have a knowing of that, right? Then powerful. If you don't and you don't know what to believe, then hey, you don't got to believe me either, right? This is just I'm just channeling, I'm just allowing the words to flow, right? So that the place, that the vacation place where I was at, I was I feel like I was a psychic there too. I was psychic there as well. You know what I'm saying? I would see premonitions like I do now. You know what I'm saying? I would see things before they would happen. But in that space, I was being taken back to the past, right? Because a lot of times it's like I see what, thank you, Spirit. I see what's in the field. I see what's in the field right now. If it's not in the field, I'm not going to see it because it hasn't even been created in thought yet, right? It hasn't been created in thought. It's not already happening somewhere. So I'm not, if it hasn't happened, hasn't been created, I'm not going to see it. I'm only going to see what's already being created in the field, right? Or something that's already working somewhere in the field. And I don't mean like people working on somebody. I mean like, two people being together, creating something, or you person, like let's say said person comes to me for a reading and, oh, I see this and that. Well, they're like, well, that hasn't even happened yet. Or I don't even know if that's true. Yeah, but it's working. It's already thank you, Spirit. Better word. It's already manifesting in the field. So of course I see it, even if it hasn't even came to you yet. Right? Situation. So it's like, but in this reality where I was at, in this space, in this other body, I don't know, because like when I go into these dreams, I'm not sure if it's me. I don't know if it's Jack, right? And I don't understand if it's me. It's crazy because it's like I'm there, I'm in the dream, I'm the person, but I don't really see myself. I kind of do, but it's never like a focus. Like, let me see what I look like. Let me go fix my hair. Let me go, brush my grill and make sure that I look right. It's not none of that, right? And so yeah. So in the dream, I was a channel. I was a psychic. I could see, and I kept being taken back to the past, to that place. Thank you, Spirit. It was beautiful. It was beautiful gift that I had. Right. It's no, Kiki. It was a beautiful gift that I had where, go and get little girl. It was a beautiful gift that I was able to be in a place. Like, I was there at someone's home. Like I said, we were vacationing and we're there at somebody's home. I guess, I don't know if we were staying at or we were visiting. It was something similar to that space, right? And I walk into the house and it was like a flashback where I started seeing like the early like 1900s, and people hurt, and I could tell it was old because like back in the day all they had was a wrap to hold your arm up, and they would tie it in a little knot up here. I could tell because of the furniture. Like, it was detailed for me in the dream, right? I could tell because of the furniture. I seen people sick. You know what I'm saying? Like, people hurting. You know what I'm saying? People bunched up in this one house. So the man that we were there at his house, I'm like, what do you know about your home? What do you know about this place? What do you know about here? Do you know the history on it? Because I'm having so many visions. I'm seeing it literally right now as we're talking. I can see all these people in here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I was also being taken back, but seeing all the spirits that were in there. I don't know, right? I'm just flowing with what I was visioning in the dream. And the man was like, well, I don't know. I said, yeah. I said, I'm seeing like the early 1900s, early 1900s, like before cars. You know what I'm saying? Like before a car even came out is what I'm looking at. People didn't have cars, I feel, at this time. Like, there was no transportation besides horses. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like a lot of people in pain, a lot of people hurting. And I'm looking at it right now as we're talking. As I'm standing with him, I get taken back, in my visual from my eyes, my third eye, right? And my third eye at this point is connected with my eyes, where my eyes are showing me while I'm talking to him. I'm seeing the full movie, the full picture in front of me of like, these people hurting. You know what I'm saying? These people in pain. Maybe this was a hospital. Maybe there was some kind of battle or something going on around this time, right? I'm not too fluent on his story, right? Because there was other things going on besides that, right? But there's famous wars. We know about them. You know what I'm saying? Not here to bring them up, but I don't know what was going on around that time era, because I feel like if I don't know what it is, then how can history repeat itself? If I'm not fluent in the times and of each wars, how will it repeat itself if it's not registering properly in my brain? How does it be created again? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. So I choose to delete those files. I don't need to remember whenever there was a war here. I don't need to know those things. I don't need to remember that. I honor the people who served in them, right? I honor them. I hold space for them. I pray for their souls. You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to remember the dates, the times, what they say the reasons were, whatever situation. I don't have to remember that, recall that, and I don't need to keep it in the files, because I'm not here to carry that with me. And when we carry stuff like that, it is in a whole collective, it can be recreated, because it's all running through all of our heads. I don't got to. So I pull it out because I know my brain creates. I manifest. Thank you, Spirit. I manifest. So there's no way I'm going to sit there and keep those kind of files in my brain, right? That's why we say delete in the files. Get rid of what I need to, what's not serving me, what I don't need to take with me, right? Situation. In this dream, right? I'm witnessing and viewing, and I'm sorry if anybody who is military or something like that takes offense to what I just said, but this is my point of view. I'm speaking honestly and truthfully, and I'm not downing anybody, because I have a lot of family that serve military. A lot of them, I hold space for them. I love them. I don't knock them. I don't knock anybody who chooses to go to military. Even if one of my kids want to go, that's what they choose. I support them, but I don't have to keep memories of those things from the past in my brain. I don't have to do that. My free will choice to say I delete those things, right? And so I'm witnessing, and I'm explaining to this man the furniture, I'm explaining to him, like, there's these pillars in the middle of the room. It's this huge room, right? These pillars and the decorations on them and how they looked, and explaining the walls and the carpets. And, I'm explaining to him so that he could get more of a visual of not of the place, but more of a visual of a time stamp for it, like a time frame, a time era, because I'm explaining the furniture. I'm explaining, how the walls looked and how detailed they were. And, the artistry and creating a home back then was so different than it is now, right? People did a whole lot of, there was a lot of more handwork inside of the homes than there is now. There was a little bit more technique done. There was a little bit more finesse. Thank you, Spirit. Beautiful word. They finessed the inside of homes a lot different than they do now. You know what I'm saying? And this would take years, because they're sitting there, doing everything by hand, embellishing things with pearls and certain crystals. And, it was so different back then. So, I'm explaining to the man and trying to just, and that dream was too long or anything. But I was just there trying to explain to him what I was seeing inside of his home, or the place we were staying, or it was somewhere. Like I said, this was just, what I remembered from it. And I was a powerful psychic there. And I don't even think he brought me there for that reason. I think I just started seeing shit. Like, I already knew I was psychic. I didn't show up for that. I think I showed up for a vacation. And then all of a sudden, boom, 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 I'm being bombarded by images and visions and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty cool. Then I had another dream. And I was with some girls, you know what I'm saying? Some homegirls of mine. And we were experiencing some situations. There was some things going on. I don't remember. Like, there was some other people. It was just really weird. These girls, they were just, it was some situations that I'd rather not even speak out into existence, because when I speak, I create. So I'd rather not create what I saw and what I experienced in those, because it's not something I want to experience. So I'm making the choice to not even bring that up. Okay, Spirit, right? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Super grateful, super thankful, honored, guided, supported, blessed, right, loved, and wanted to come on and share some of this the dream journal with me. And there's some other things going on in my regular life, but I'm choosing to, I'm right now choosing to mourn in my own way, you know what I'm saying, with myself, not so much just, I'm in such a different space now than I've ever been in my entire life, to where when I mourn, or when I'm hurting for somebody, or experiencing someone who's passed in my life, right, and especially this being really fresh, it's a whole different energy for me to experience. It's I don't have, my heart is not heavy for myself, not somebody else, right? I don't walk around with a lot of, inner wounds, which before, when someone would pass, I'd be just bawling out everywhere because I was so wounded. Yes, I miss that person. Yes, I'm hurting, but it's not the same like before, where it would take me fucking in a whole space. Just like even with my dad, I don't cry for him no more, because I don't need to. I've healed enough to not, that I'm not hurting about it no more. I'm understanding of it now. You know what I'm saying? And in this space, and this being fresh, I'm hurting. Like, I think it just barely hit me yesterday, where I was like, I cried for probably about 30 minutes, and I released and let go. But I'm doing it, like I said, I'm doing this on my own. Like, I feel like I don't need to be around 20 million people. I don't need to be there crying and making scenes in front of people. I don't need to do all this crazy madness, because in here, I'm not hurting. I'm comfortable in my skin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not dealing with a lot of wounds like I used to before. Yeah, I've still got wounds. I still heal through things and situations, but I'm not carrying the weight of the world on my back no more like I used to. That I'm more comfortable with death now than what I was before. Before I was not good with death. And it was also because I had a fear of death. which is why death was not good for me before, because I feared it so much. So when someone would pass, it would be my fears, my wounds, everything, and then that person, losing that person, the pain of losing that person. So it was an array of things. It wasn't just me crying just because of them. It was me crying also because of things that I was still healing and going through, or have not healed and still experiencing at that point. And now being in a much better space and being in a much more healed person, it's different for me now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm praying, right, for the family, right? And I don't want to say names. I don't want to speak it out. I don't want to say anything. I just want to be here to explain like where I am and how I experience, a person's passing, and how I experience death, and at the same time, it is still, I still celebrate it in a space because it's also rebirth. Right. And it was so crazy because yesterday when I was crying and I was sitting there just bawling, you know what I'm saying? I'm just bawling. Like I went to my mom's, I'm halfway to my mom's, and then they just started coming out. Right. And I'm bawling, get to my mom's, and I go inside. She's hugging me, how it's going to be okay. I was like, I know, mommy, I know it's going to be all right. And I come back out, come outside, and I'm crying. And I finally stop and I look over and I see a butterfly shoot past. Rebirth. Right? Rebirth, right? Is what I felt. I'm noticing rebirth with my plants. I noticed it yesterday, right? This is the signs and synchronicities, right, of rebirth, and it was so magical because maybe like a week ago, there was this black wasp looking thing with one yellow dot on it, like just a solid yellow dot on its back. And this black wasp, it looked like the shape of a wasp, hovering right here above my plants. I never seen one of them before. I've never experienced one, never seen one in my entire life. Like that was new for Jeff. And I was like, oh my God, like what is this? And it was just chilling on one of my plants, hanging out. And I was like, I always look, especially when it's something I've never seen before. It's like, let me experience this. Let me go look, right? So I'm there and I'm looking, I'm like, dang, like, what is that? Like, what's that? Where did that come from? And when I turned my back to go grab my phone, because I want to take a picture of this, my phone happened to be inside, and I look back, it's gone. Like snap of the fingers, like poof in thin air. Like if it went into a portal and said, okay, I just came for you to see me. Now I got to go. Stop, little boy. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell into the phone. Stop, little boy. He's a brat. He's spoiled. It was like poof, like I'm looking around to see if it was still flying somewhere, if it went up. Like I've not seen it again. It was like if it came in from a portal and went back through a portal and it was gone. Like if it wasn't even from here, it was magic. It was God's magic, right? It was magical. It was beautiful. And I didn't know what it meant, And now looking back at it, I feel like it had something to do with this situation, right? And yeah, so it's like and even like I said, my plants, I'm seeing all my plants coming back. I'm seeing, I had planted some lemons like last year, and they're burly coming up, and I have brand new avocados coming up. I got a bunch of stuff that's all coming back. That's all rebirth. Right. So even in this whole situation with losing somebody that was really close to me, and somebody that was, somebody that was for a long time, my only family, for a long time, the only person I had in my life. I didn't have my kids, my mom, my sister, my brother, none of them were in my life at this point. This was all I had. You know what I'm saying? Harvey hit, this person was right there for me. When I needed somebody to talk to, this person was right there for me. When I needed a friend, this person was right there for me. When I needed to get picked up from work, this person was right there with me. You know what I'm saying? When I needed something, this person was right there, had my back. I didn't want to go by myself. This person's right there with me. You know what I'm saying? It was a powerful friendship, you know what I'm saying? And not somebody I ever slept with, because I never slept with this person. Even though people might think that we did, people might think, oh, they were, no, That never happened between us. That there was never that situation between us. Maybe at one point it might have been, but it never got no further than that. You know what I'm saying? It never got no further than maybe a hug and a kiss. You know what I'm saying? Right. And I say this in truth, you know what I mean? But this was a whole different bond. You know what I'm saying? This was like my family. This was my brother, energy, you know what I'm saying? That would tell me the truth when I needed it, type situation. And, and like I said, I'm hurting and mourning in my own way. And, uh, behave, hold on, y'all. Behave, little boy. He's lucky that box wasn't full. I had like the top of my card deck, and I was like, I grabbed it because I was like, hopefully it's heavy. Chunk it out his little ass, because he's over there picking on my baby. Leave her alone, fat baby. All right, y'all. I guess that's the end of this video, because I need to go get on them. But yeah, and yeah, I just wanted to share that there was a lot of channels in there, so I'm not going to do any messages. Maybe next time I'll do a message. Behave, little boy. Stop it, fat baby. Yeah, I'm gonna go because he's gonna be a brat. Yeah, super grateful, thankful, heart bow to y'all guys. Honored, right? Guided, supported, blessed, loved, protected, abundant, healthy, wealthy. Grateful, thankful. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Super grateful, super honored. Honored to be right here with y'all. Honored to share messages and theories and channels with y'all, right? And just to share some of my dream journey with y'all, and all my dream journey, right? Because all my videos have been about these dreams and just where they take me in, and what I experience from them and what I get from them. And this is just me wanting to share that with the collective, right? Doing something different, because for the longest I just did readings, and they were freaking powerful. Don't get me wrong, they're beautiful, powerful. And this is just me doing something different with my time, and with sharing these channels and sharing myself, with the collective, and without so much connecting into the collective, because it is a lot of energy to connect into the collective, right? But with giving my experiences of what I'm going through, and I pray that they're powerful and healing in some kind of way for anybody who watches my videos. And I love y'all guys so much. Super grateful for y'all. Grateful for the views, right? Even for the 10 views, I'm so grateful and honored. Like, I honor y'all, heart bro. Love y'all guys so much. And yeah, and I'll see y'all guys next time. Peace.